You can come here, Michelle. So then you can come and talk to them.
Okay, can you make it full screen? Maybe? Or maybe not?
We'll put them all on the screen
Okay,
for starters and then do speaker view after we see everybody.
Is that good?
Well, speaker view right now, you could just put,
Oh, you want gallery view first. Okay.
there we go.
You want to come sit here, Michelle?
Hmm?
You want to come sit here?
Oh, okay. Can I, oh,
Good
okay.
morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Emma Fleck.
Morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey.
I'm Michelle here in Atlanta, and we are so grateful to have you all on standby and on camera with us and in the room virtually. So good morning and welcome. I want to, before we're getting to the questions, I want to just give everybody a minute to go around and you introduce who you are, where you are, and where you are in your education journey. So we'll start with Shiloh.
Hi, I am Shiloh Elizabeth. I reside in Noonan, Georgia. I am currently a senior pursuing dual degrees, applied psychology and business administration.
Thank you. Welcome. And Tashina.
Hi, my name is Tashina Buckles. I go to Fort Peck Community College. I live just outside of Wolf Point, Montana, and my major is early childhood education, and I should be graduating this spring with my associate's degree.
Great, thank you. Next up is Jennifer.
Hey, I'm Jennifer Leem. I live in Oregon and I attend Oregon State University online, and I am a psychology major at the end of my junior year.
Great, thank you. And finally is Ruth Hallows.
Emma Fleck, Shimlik Skendawayu, Ganhara de Tegu, Dwap Gamach, Gitlan Gautsabu, Simshianu. Good morning. I'm called Women of the Cedar Mat. From the Raven clan of the House of Gamach of the Gitlan village. I am Simshian. I currently reside on Otham traditional lands near Phoenix, Arizona, and I attend the University of Alaska Southeast virtually from my home here. I study Alaska Native languages and studies, including Simalech, which is the language of my grandmothers.
Wow, thank you so much. Well, again, welcome all of you. And I'm going to just go around Robin a few questions, and each of you can take a minute or two to tell us. The first is, what does being a Rankin Scholar, what has that meant to you? What does it mean to you today? And again, we'll go back to Shiloh and start with you.
Okay. For me, a Rankin Scholar means to be seen, to be accepted, supported, and to be safe.
Wow, great, thank you. Who's next up there? Tashina?
Okay, it gave me the confidence in myself to truly reach my full potential in my studies. I never thought I would ever be good enough to receive a scholarship ever. I'm living my American dream. My plan since I was younger was to move to my father's reservation here on the Fort Peck Reservation. I left the city of Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada to go to school and just live my life. I am extremely proud of myself and my achievements I have made. Being a Rankin Scholar gave me the opportunity to shine and be a part of something that is going to make a difference, not just in my life, but for others as well. I will not forget what the Jeanette Rankin Foundation has done for me. I will continue my efforts in being the best that I can be.
Thank you. Well, thank you. And Ruth?
For me, being a Rankin Scholar is so much about connection and community, having support from a sisterhood. The financial support is incredible, but the connection and the solidarity, echoing both Shiloh and Tashina, If you had the opportunity to witness the phone call where I thought I was being interviewed, but really I was being told I received the grant, um, I was shocked and amazed and I cried. And in the time that I have been in this sisterhood, I am still grateful for the accomplishments I have done and for the support I received from Jeanette Rankin and other organizations. But I don't feel shocked anymore that somebody would choose someone like me because I'm gaining confidence here within this sisterhood.
Yes. And Jennifer, what has it meant to you?
Okay. I wrote my answers down and just so I could keep on track. So, but anyway, being a Rankin Scholar means so much more to me than just receiving financial support. It feels like being embraced by a powerful, uplifting community grounded in sisterhood, equity, and empowerment. I genuinely cherish the connection I found with other scholars, women whose strength, determination, and stories inspire me every single day. There's something so beautiful about knowing that we're walking alongside one another, cheering each other on through life's challenges and victories. To me, being a Rankin Scholar is a promise to carry forward the values of equity and compassion, and to stand for a world where everyone has the opportunity to grow, learn, and thrive, no matter their background. It's about lifting others as we climb and using our journeys to create meaningful change in our families and in our communities. More personally, this scholarship has helped me move closer to the life I envision, not just for myself, but for my children. It allows me to be the best model I can be, a good human who leads with kindness, purpose, and resilience. I want my children to see that dreams are worth fighting for, that education matters, and that compassion can change lives. Being a Rankin Scholar is a huge part of that journey, and I carry it with so much pride and gratitude in my heart. Thank you.
Thank you. Each of you have spoken to some extent what matters, and what came across to me as I'm listening is how much being part of a community and a sisterhood has really helped give you a sense you're not alone on your journey. But what I want to ask, if you haven't answered already, but even if you have, is there one particular support offering or support that you've received that kind of made the biggest impact on your ability to stay enrolled and continue? If you can name anything in particular that you felt was the most help you've gotten so far from Rankin. And anyone can raise their hand and jump in on that one.
I'll start, if that's okay.
Sure.
The support hours for me. And it's because it's so inclusive. And there's been like plenty of times throughout this, since I became a part of this group, that I've had some really, really, really down, low, really bad moments in life. And I like pushed myself to get on the call. I was like, I'm gonna do this. And if I didn't have much to offer, it was just listening to the other ladies, and it edified me. And I remember getting off those calls feeling just like completely different because they are so inspiring. I mean, the diversity, the stories, like everything. And so it's just like taking in this loving energy. I don't have any other way to explain it, and just letting it like fill me up in the moment when I couldn't give it to myself. So those for me have definitely been really life-changing, for sure.
Thank you, Shadow. Boy, aren't these women like writers? They're writing. I mean, it's beautiful to hear you express what you genuinely feel and think. Anybody else want to share a particular offering that's been most impactful and your ability to stay on? Jennifer?
Yeah, I agree with Shiloh. The scholar hours or the support hours are life-changing. They are a huge support. And that would probably be my number one support service that has helped carry me through some very difficult times over the past couple of years. But another one I want to mention is Breezy and the other mentors. They're there, to support us whenever we're struggling with whatever it could be, and they let us know all the time that we can reach out to them, and they're there with genuine compassion and support for us, guiding us however they can and supporting us, pointing us to services that maybe if the Rankin Foundation doesn't provide, but maybe someone else could. They're there as kind of like our, counselors through this process. So the support hours and the mentors are vitally important to my education and my path.
Thank you. Thank you. Anyone else, Tashina or Ruth?
Yeah, I want to echo both Jennifer and Shiloh. For me, there are two things. The emergency grant that is provided has helped me continue with more comfort. I had one semester where my keyboard broke, and it was a very writing heavy semester where I was taking a philosophy class and literature class where I was writing long multi-page essays weekly, and my keyboard broke and I was swiping those essays on my phone.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And there was no way I was going to stop. So the question is about that had the greatest impact on my success. And for me, part of the success is completing my degree. There was no way I was going to stop. I was literally up, and it would take me 3 or 4 times as long to write my essays because I was typing them on a phone. That emergency grant was so helpful and made it easier, but what made it possible for me to continue and to have the capacity to continue trying, even in that situation, was the connection and the relationships, and Breezy texting me at random hours of the day saying, "You've got this, keep going," or just checking in to see how I was feeling. All of the Rankin community, every time I felt like I am falling, this is getting too much, I have had sisters to hold me, and the support hours and all the variety of ways that we can be connected. The Discord is fabulous. The Facebook group is a joy. Any way that we have connection in our sisterhood is what helps me the most.
Thank you. Thank you, Ruth. And Tashina?
Okay, I wrote, besides my family and teachers, going to Scholar Support Hour every Tuesday has helped me a lot, because just hearing everyone's stories and knowing that everyone has a goal and the end goal is to achieve what they thought could be possible. I think when we hear other people's stories and their triumphs, it inspires the individual to reflect on themselves and change what is needed to make their lives more better. Everyone is just trying to be a better version of themselves. And when we can uplift and support one another, that's when you know you've made a difference.
Thank you. Thank you all for sharing so much. We know you have lives, big lives beyond being just a scholar. I shouldn't say just a scholar, but being a Rankin Scholar in particular. So when you decided to continue your education and go back and complete a degree, were there some unanticipated challenges that sort of knocked you for a loop or that you experienced? What were anything that you didn't expect that created an obstacle for you on your journey? Shiloh?
Several obstacles. No, really. My journey has been a long, challenging one. And so within the last few years, there's been a lot of personal obstacles within family relationships, sicknesses, things of that nature, where I had to push myself beyond what I thought I could give to continue to show up for myself and for those who depend on me. And so with the goal of school always being there, I'm not doing an assignment. There's none of that happening. And so I don't think the personal obstacles that I faced within the last year, I would have ever expected that I had to deal with, but I realized that it's been a part of my personal growth in order to continue to shape me to be the woman that I am supposed to be. I mean, it's been heartbreaking, it's been tough, but in my mind, my thoughts have always been, this is one goal that I am finishing. Like, no matter what, I'm on it. Like it's been 20 plus years in the making. And so for sure, yeah, absolutely.
Mm, thank you. Thank you, Shiloh. Anyone else have an unexpected experience that you didn't anticipate that you had to kind of stop and deal with and then continue on?
Yeah, so many small ones, so many small ones. And most of those I anticipated, just like I knew my finances would be tight. I knew small things were going to break, like a keyboard, or big things like my car. I haven't had a car since December of last year. Um, but the most unanticipated things have been family relationship things. I had a brother pass unexpectedly, and I really thought I was done. I really thought I couldn't go any further. But I got to be with my sisters every week. Um, and that helped me be able to figure out how to communicate with my instructors. And it was the same semester that my keyboard broke, so I was already having a hard time. But this community held me when I didn't have the capacity to hold anything.
Mm. Thank you. Thank you, Ruth. Anyone else?
I'll go next. I
Uh-huh.
actually, I did have, I'm going to actually read this so I stay on track. One of the most unexpected and difficult challenges I faced was a period of psychological setbacks that deeply impacted my ability to continue school for a couple of terms. I experienced a severe decline in my mental health that ultimately led to a hospital stay. It was an incredibly painful and disorienting time. I had never, sorry, I had never realized just how deep and consuming psychological distress could be, or how hard it could be to even see the light from such a dark headspace. Hitting such a low is one of the most difficult things I've ever experienced. But what truly helped me begin to pull through was the unwavering support from the Rankin Foundation. Knowing that I was cared for, seen, and not alone made a tremendous difference in my healing. That sense of being supported during such a vulnerable time reminded me of my own worth and helped me gather the strength to keep going. Since then, I've committed to daily self-care and inward reflection. It's really been instrumental in supporting me, and that experience has also renewed my purpose of helping others who suffer from psychological hardships. I feel deeply called to work in that career and walk beside others who suffer from psychological hardships and use my own experience to connect with them on a deep level and show them their own resiliency, that we all have resiliency within us, whether or not they can see it themselves. And so since going through those setbacks, I already wanted to do those things, but now even more so, I feel called to do that. And the foundation has really supported me in moving past. That was such a hard time, but Breezy and others were there supporting me throughout the process, just working with me to kind of move past. And I'm super grateful for that. I also had my mom's health. I'm her sole caregiver as an only child, and she's struggling, was in and out of the hospital for a time. But through all the things that I felt like have been roadblocks over the past couple of years, I've been able to overcome and move past those things, and with greater resiliency because of that, with the help of the foundation and the sisters that are here to listen and kind of hold each other's hands as we go through these kind of obstacles. So yeah, anyway, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing a very personal story. And Tashina, I don't know if you want to share anything on this question of unexpected obstacles.
Sure. Okay. Last year on February 19th, my father went into the hospital and was there until June 14th. He pulled through, but it wasn't until the end of November that he went back. And this time he was in the ICU. And I could have lost him twice. due to kidney failure. And I guess on, sorry,
Okay.
I guess on Christmas, the doctors were saying that they were just going to pull the plug and let nature take its course. And my dad was wanting me to come see him, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't do it. And so it was like a Christmas miracle. On Christmas Day, he woke up and he was like all better. And so just last month, he got to finally come home. And and so and so and so it just was comforting to know that everybody else had their own struggles and everything, and I wasn't alone. And so, and I never shared anything like that with anybody else. So
Mm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for really sharing your personal stories in a situation like this. We're not literally next to you, but we can feel you. And really, really thank you tremendously for that. Okay, so if you were to meet someone now who doesn't know about Rankin, what are one or two insights you would share with them to kind of bring them into the sisterhood, encourage them? Shiloh?
Yeah, I think I would share that the foundation is about inclusion. It's about empowering women, supporting them, and continuing to pursue their goals and dreams despite facing adversities. It's about giving them strength um, in times of weakness. That's the best way I could describe it. And I say that because, again, in my low moments, it's like, it is like having somebody come and walk beside you when you can't walk. It's like having that person put their arm up under you and just carry you a little bit. And so I would say it's, for me, speaking to somebody else, it's probably one of the best groups you can be a part of. Um, it gives you confidence and encourages you in your walk in life and helping you know that you can still do this, that it's not too late, that your time isn't over. Like as a woman, I'm 40. Like I said, been through a lot in life and at times feeling like maybe I wasn't good enough or maybe my time's over. My eldest daughter is in college with me. We'll be graduating like months apart. You know what I mean? And it's like not giving up on myself, but having this group of people, group of women also who I take, motivation from them to keep on going. Always, just so y'all know, I'm always in awe of your stories. So I just say it's an awesome group to be a part of. You'll never feel alone. And if anything, you're going to gain motivation, encouragement, confidence to keep on going.
Thank you. Thank you, Shiloh. Tashina, what insight would you share with someone who didn't know about Rankin?
Okay. I would let them know that you are welcomed into a community of bright leading women who are inspiring others to follow their dreams. The struggle is just part of the journey that makes it worth it in the end, because you can reflect on what you achieved and what you had to overcome to get where you are today. That's what the Scholar Support Hour is about. You are learning from each other and sharing experiences with others.
Thank you. And Ruth? You're on mute. Unmute yourself, Ruth. Yeah.
Thank you. I talk about Rankin all the time, so this is easy. What I usually say is it's an incredible foundation that supports women and has focused on supporting women since before it even existed. Like from honoring the capacities and the strength of women through supporting the right to vote, to providing funds to fiscally support women who are seeking to complete their education, to building sisterhood and strength. It is the best place you could be to support your education if you want to go back to school. And the applications are open right now, or the application's open when, and I tell them when is the next application open, because I want every woman I know to have the same support that I have had. So I'm always talking about us. Come join us. Be part of the sisterhood.
Thank you, thank you. And Jennifer, your insight.
Oh, well, there's you all have covered it really well, Shiloh, Tashina, and Ruth. I would say that when I am telling other people about it, I just tell them that the foundation is rooted in empowerment, community, education, and equity. And for those of us who may often feel overlooked, older women, and not valued as much, it's there to empower us and help us grow. And so I second what they all said, and yeah, I'm so glad to be a part of this. And I share it too, Ruth. I just had a friend I was telling yesterday, but I looked and the applications are closed, and I'm like, oh, well, you'll have to wait, but it's there for you next year.
Thank you all for being such great ambassadors. Thank you, thank you. The final question is, I mean, you all have really showed such tremendous determination and grit and stick-to-itness. So share, what's the single most important reason that you continue to be determined to get to that finish line, completing your degree, no matter what level it is? What is it that's really your primary motivation? And Jennifer, we'll start with you and go back across.
All right. Sounds good. The number one thing fueling my path towards completing my degree is the ability to be able to help others in the biggest capacity that I can. And so being able to complete my degree opens up doors and avenues that I wouldn't otherwise have available to me. So taking all these things these skills and the knowledge, and the tools that I've acquired over the years throughout my life, I want to be able to help as many as possible. So that ability the far-reaching ability that education would provide to me is my number one fuel. But also as importantly is being able to provide a stable, comfortable home for me and my children, and showing them that, anything's possible. It's never too late. And I want to show them that I'm someone who never gave up. I turned adversity into strength. And then I'm using that strength to help uplift others.
Thank you. Thank you. Ruth?
Lukulam Hound. That was so well said. I'm just gonna sound like I'm echoing you, but I started pursuing my degree just after my fourth child was born, one class at a time at a community college. And I started with the idea that I wanted my kids to know that education is important. And I didn't know what I was going to study. And I knew I wanted to help people be well, but I didn't know how. And it took me 8 years to complete that associate's degree. And I started working on my bachelor's in 2019, 2020. And I have shifted. I still want to show my kids that education is important. And I also want to have the greatest capacity to help and support my communities, every community that I'm a part of, a community of Indigenous people, a community of Tsimshians, the community of Somali speakers, the community of women, a community of parents, and to have that capacity to contribute where I've been receiving for the last 15 years. I've been getting a lot of help, and I'm so grateful, and I want to be able to give where I've been gathering. And that, I think, is the greatest factor in completing my degree, is I can help more people now with the help that has been given to me.
Thank you. Thank you. And Tashina?
All right. I strive to achieve the goals I have made for myself. Since I have no children, I chose a career where I can put all my effort into seeing young Native children get the education they deserve. I have the drive, skills, and the ability to demonstrate and show children that they can be whatever they want to be. Being supportive and helping young Native families and children, especially the Native children that have not been privileged enough to experience healthy relationships. I believe that I can make a difference for my Native community by being there and helping young Native children get the knowledge that they need to be successful in their lives. My intention to help in my community is to work in daycares or the schools on my reservation. I think that when we educate children at an early age, it helps them develop the skills needed in reaching their developmental milestones. When we give children the support and encouragement that is needed, children will be more motivated to want to continue learning. I just want nothing but the best for my community, and I want the children that I teach to know that being educated will help you in the future. My dedication to my studies will ensure that the skills I learn will be beneficial when helping the children in my community.
Thank you. Thank you. And Shiloh.
Okay, my daughters. I have 3
Mhm.
daughters. I was in a abusive relationship for 16 years of my life. It took me 2 years to get my children, full custody of them. My personal goal is to have them sit and watch me cross the stage. And I have said respectfully to everybody around me, I love y'all, but I just need my 3 daughters there. And I say that because I want them to have real life inspiration. I want them to pull in their moments of weakness to remember me and remember mom was able to do this, because that's something I've done in regards to my grandparents, my grandmothers specifically, who went through similar things that I learned later in life, is pulling strength, not from somebody that you see on TV, not from somebody that you heard. This is real life. This happened. You witnessed it. You saw me up. You saw me fight. You saw me. And that's it
Mm.
for me. That's all I need. Everything else will come, but that's it. I need them there. I need them to see it. And, you know, that's what's
Yeah.
important for me. Absolutely.
Thank you so, so very much. Really, each of you. I tell you, first of all, I want to really thank you so much for sharing all that you shared. And I personally come away inspired personally, and the amount of hard work and determination and just your love of what you're trying to accomplish is inspiring. And I think the world is a better place because you all are in it. And I think the lives that you touch will certainly have a major impact on the future as you go into your careers and helping your communities wherever you decide to land your feet. So we are incredibly proud of what you're doing. We're incredibly proud and grateful for your being ambassadors for Rankin and what it's meant for you. And it helps inspire us to work harder, to even do better and support more women, because you're the future. And we believe that indeed the world is better because Rankin scholars are in it, and you all really represent that so well. So thank you so much for sharing. And all the best and congratulations in advance on all the graduations. And your children will show up, Shiloh and Ruth and Jennifer and Tashina. Though you don't have your own children, I know that there will be children in your life going forward for your commitment to your community. So thank you all very much.
You know, we've got a few more minutes.
Uh-huh.
Is it okay if we take?
Oh, okay.
So they can see who their audience is.
Oh, I don't know. Okay.
You're like, I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, wait, hold on. First I have to take off my virtual background.
Uh-huh.
That is down here. What?
You should take audio isolation off too.
What are you talking about?
Hi, guys. It was so nice to hear from all of you. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna unisolate the volume so that you guys could hear if any. Okay. Oh.
Oh, you know, we can take the questions and Michelle or Greasy can ask, but we show them the.
What do you want? This up?
Turn around the
Yeah,
camera
and
so they
then
can see.
one
how
else.
It's like doesn't do anything.
Oh, you know what? It's fine.
Okay.
It was just a thought, but it's fine. It's not wasted.
Can they see?
Can you? Computer, bring it over.
Well, if well, okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Any questions for the ladies?
Question or comment, not a comment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Appreciation for your determination was just what was expressed. Yeah. I think that's a shared feeling in the room right now. Yeah.
Yeah, you inspire us every day. Yeah.
Can you hear? Did you hear that? Yeah.
We heard that.
Yes.
Please tell them I have writer's cramps.
She's been taking notes.
You'll never.
Yes.
I read aloud the profound nature of your heart's words
Yeah.
have given us a lifetime of future energy, so thank you.
Mm. Yeah, you've brought the sisterhood spirit into this room of a board meeting, so we're now all feeling supported by knowing you all are there, really. It's a ripple effect, and it's like full circle here. If I could send a group hug to you all, that's what we're sending now. Thank you. Yeah. So if there's no other comment or question for our panelists, and again, just thank you so much for being part of sharing your stories with us and being part of our retreat meeting. And trust me, this spirit is going to carry us into the rest of the weekend as we work together on how we're going to do more for more women who are seeking to accomplish what you all are doing. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Thank you
Thanks
all
for
having
allowing us to share.
We are truly bound to all of you.
Thank you.
I'll see you Tuesday.
All right.
See you.
Bye.
Start showing up.
You're welcome. Bye.